So this is basically a PlayStation 5 performance review, if you will. So it is on performance mode, and I basically just wanted to talk to you about the fact that regardless of how much stuff is going on the screen, there has been very, very little instances of any kind of hiccup when it comes to the performance. It has been very, very rock solid. It's been very, very impressive because in recent history, a lot of these games like your Far Cry's and your Assassin's Creed and the likes tend to not be all that fleshed out on day one. It's just not something that you're used to seeing. And for this game, even in terms of like the pop-in, you know, like you're going up to something and a tree just renders in front of you out of nowhere, I'm finding that on the PC, that was a little bit more noticeable. But on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, I find it to be a little wee bit better. I'm not saying that it's not there at all. There's always going to be some kind of pop-in. Some games are more prone to it than others. However, this one, as you can tell just from moving around, helps if I can, there we go, get off the ledge as I'm running here. Just look at the way shadows are, look at trees, just things in the distance. It is pretty damn good. Now, when it comes to the fidelity mode, which does make the game look a smidgen better, it is definitely not worth the trade-off because that 30 FPS is a lot more jarring than Assassin's Creed Valhalla's fidelity mode, which I thought was actually quite playable. So I was actually playing that 30 FPS mode in that game because it was just good. And I know it sounds weird to hear. A lot of people are going to be thinking to themselves, bro, 30 FPS is 30 FPS. There's no such thing as a good or bad 30 FPS. And I kind of beg to differ. If you ever play Forza Horizon 5 on the Xbox Series X on fidelity mode, you will be astonished as to how decent it is, considering what it is. A little combat action here. Sometimes quick movements of the camera is actually what can make the, I know I'm dying there. I'm having a hard time with my energy. Oh! Big Papa came out to play. No. Shut it. So this is actually... I'm glad this actually happened during the video. I didn't expect... One second there. Alright, we gotta take out... There we go. I find a lot of games where you gotta do a quick turn. Oh! The game is on easy, by the way, but I don't care. This is also to showcase the difficulty. Come on now. Oh, I got the moves like Jagger. So as you could see there, that was actually really, really decent. There was no stutter, no noticeable lag. The only place I've actually noticed that sort of behavior very rarely is if you're walking through a curtain. Sometimes you can get a monetary little wee bit of a hiccup. But aside from that, I am confident in telling you the following statement. That Assassin's Creed Mirage on the PS5 on performance mode, from my experience, and how long have I been playing the game for? Oh, it won't let me save the game because I'm in a hostile zone. You'll just have to take my word for it. I've got about 7 or 8 hours cranked in, and it is blowing me away. And when I talk about the performance, I'm also talking about the graphic performance. In other words, just how good does the game look as well. The shadows, which we're going to get into here in just a moment. Because lighting and such is a big deal in this game, in that it does a really good job of doing it. There, I didn't have them targeted. Keeps your character somewhat centered in the middle of the screen, which I appreciate. When you're in, like, really dark areas, what I really enjoy, even, like, in a cave or when it's nighttime, the whole screen is quite, you know, the word I would use is legible. That's probably not the correct word. I'm French. Like, in other words, you know how you can read properly? Like, it's legible. Like, it's very clear. There's a lot of games that I don't like where even when it's just a little bit dark, it's so dark that you can't see grain on a text wall or anything like that. And that drives me absolutely bonkers because it's unrealistically dark. For example, the shadows that you'll see under a car when you're playing Payday 3. The new Payday game that just came out. It's unrealistically dark. You can't even see, like, the road underneath the car. It's completely pitch black. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that. That's just not realistic whatsoever. Have a little snack while we're at it. We're getting hungry from all this running around. Performance as well also has to do with the parkour, which is a big deal, along with the combat. And again, that performance is solid in that I'm not finding a lot of weird, awkward, janky things. Now, something like that you just saw there, sure, that can sometimes happen, but I didn't find that too bad. So yeah, I'm floored. I'm blown away, like I said, by the level of quality of the game for a day one game. Now, granted, this day one game had already come out with 2 updates. I don't exactly know what those entailed. If we go ahead and take a look at the menu really quick. Okay, so we can look at the patch notes. Elevators would kill Basm. Shards were not properly awarded. Auto loot skills now work properly. Players won't lose control of Basm. Enemies' parry reaction time is properly slowed down using the Dagger of Time perk. Things like that. UI world NPCs on boats will continue to sail and not stay stationary. NPCs drinking animation fixed. Remove invisible collisions. Just quest. A couple of quest things that they fixed here. A couple of graphical things. Unnatural animations for Basm. So they did tie that, or tighten that up pretty quick. Like I said, even The Witcher 3. Don't forget The Witcher 3. Don't forget Grand Theft Auto 5. All these big, monstrous games. Skyrims. Just all those games. When they first came out on day one, a lot of those big games are absolute poo-poo. They're not that great. See, there was a tiny, itty, little bitty stutter there during the assassination sequence there. But yeah, like I said, if you are thinking of getting this game, you're nervous about the performance, you're thinking, you know what, should I wait 6 months until they iron out all the bugs before it's worth getting? You know, this is on I almost said Ubi Plus Soft. Wow. It's on Ubisoft Plus Ultimate, whatever that thing is, you know, for Ubiplay. Yeah, Ubiplay. Ubisoft Play, whatever. E-Play bullshit. You get the idea, and that's available on Xbox and PC. If you're on a PlayStation 5 like me, sorry, chum, it ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? It's just you're gonna have to cough up that money. There is no trial for you, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, that is the case. And what a beautiful spot. No. Get back up there, Basm. We're not going to synchronize, but what we are going to do is do one of these here. You can kind of do this like this. Well, not kinda. You can do it like this. Like, look at that. But every time you move, it, oh man, it's amazing. And yes, yes, yes. It's hard not to think of Assassin's Creed Origins when you see this. I mean, it's nearly impossible to not make that comparison for kind of obvious reasons. But yeah, either which way, this is a fantastic game. I am floored and so happy that I got the game, that I would recommend it from a performance standpoint and everything else, but just strictly talking performance there, it's just amazing. I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. As always, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as it does greatly help support that channel with the algorithm. When people are looking stuff up on the internet, I'm more likely to show up in their results. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass, and then I'll throw it in this pile of hay. Good luck finding it. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally that would be great now, wouldn't it? But if not, trust me, I get it. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and perhaps I shall see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.